Hello and welcome to our first edition of All These Flavors, a video series where I'm going to take a flavorful look at some of my favorite tabletop games. I'm going to start today with the legendary Marvel deck building game, which was originally released in 2012 and quickly became my favorite in the whole entire genre of deck building games. First because of its incredible flavor and dedication to its source material, and second just because it's just a well-designed game. I have a ton of fun anytime I break this out off the shelf. And the fact that it's a cooperative deck building game means that when I introduce it to new players, I don't run the risk of having a severe imbalance of skill level at the table, because the good players and the new players can work together towards the same goal. The flavor look that I've decided to take a look at today is a setup inspired by the MCU, Avengers movie. So for the three heroes, I've chosen Captain America, Hulk, and Iron Man, as those were the first three that were introduced in the MCU movies. For the mastermind that we're fighting today, we have Loki, and I have the sweet-looking promo version of it, the kind of 3D see-through one that you get in the first OP kit. Our scheme will be unleash the power of the cosmic cube, which is exactly what Loki tries to do in the movie. And for the villain group, I kind of had to do a mishmash because I didn't want to include anybody that we haven't seen in the MCU already. So I have 2 copies of Abomination, 2 copies of Ultron, I have a Frost Giant and a Destroyer, and I have Baron Zemo. So I kind of took one villain that matched up with one of each of the 4 Avengers. And since we couldn't get a 4th hero, because the rules say you're supposed to use 3 heroes for a solo play, for the henchman villain, I included 3 of the Thor Corps from the Secret Wars Volume 1 expansion, as kind of a nod to the fact that we couldn't fit Thor in as one of the heroes. So with that henchman villain that you fight and then recruit as a hero, I can still fight with Thor if I want to. So this is the setup that I'll be playing, and I'm going to go ahead and get everything shuffled up. Alright, everything is shuffled up. We have heroes in our headquarters here. Looks like we have 3 Hulk and 2 Captain America. Iron Man has not decided to show up yet, but that's alright. And let's go ahead and get started. Start with a Master Strike. This is not a great way to start because Loki requires me to reveal a green hero or gain a wound. And seeing as how it's the first turn of the game, I just have to take a wound here. And because I'm playing against the advanced solo rules, every time I flip a Master Strike, I'm supposed to flip another card over as well off the villain deck, which in this case is a Frost Giant, who I am not going to be able to fight anytime soon, as my opening hand has 2 fight and 4 buy power. So with this 4 buy power, I guess I should probably take Unstoppable Hulk, as he allows me to KO wounds from my hand or discard pile when I get to play him. So that is going to be that first turn. Not too bad. Getting a wound, but then also getting a way to get rid of it is pretty good. And unfortunately, I am not terribly lucky, as I just hit another Master Strike, which is going to give me a grievous wound this time, Subdermal Tracker. You may play a card from the villain deck to KO this wound when that comes around to me. That's a little easier to get rid of than having to skip your whole turn for the default wounds. I do have the same hand. It's my least favorite hand to start with, is 2 fight and 4 buy. But I think my play is probably going to be the same here. There's another Unstoppable Hulk, which allows me to KO wounds. And seeing as how I've taken 2 already so far, that seems like the thing to do right now. Third turn, another Master Strike. Well, seeing as how I don't have any green heroes, my discard pile is going to start this turn with a wound right in there. And now I have a Scheme Twist, which for this scheme, being as how it's the most basic scheme, they didn't really get too creative with this one. This is just the scheme. Twist 1 through 4 doesn't do anything, but twist 5 and 6 and 7 give you wounds, whereas twist 8 lets evil win the game. But the solo rules do say that when you resolve a Scheme Twist effect, you have to KO a hero that costs 6 or less. And the advanced solo rules say instead of KOing it, put it on the bottom of your deck. So I have 3 Captain Americas that are all the same card and 2 Hulks that are the same card. And I don't want to get rid of the green one because I'm going to have to pick up a green one eventually for Loki's Master Strike. So I'm just going to put this Captain America on the bottom as I already have 2 copies of him sitting there as well. And I just put a third of that Hulk there. Maybe I didn't shuffle too well, though I feel like I shuffled okay. I guess this just happens sometimes. So let's see what my turn 3 hand looks like. I have both wounds in my hand, which is not great. But I do have this Hulk that is going to allow me to KO this wound here and get 2 additional fight this turn, which is going to put me at 5 fight and just 2 buy. This 2 buy is going to get me a sidekick. 5 fight is going to let me kill this Frost Giant, which forces me to reveal a blue hero or gain a wound. So I get a wound even though I got rid of one. Not the end of the world, but it is what it is. I think since I have 2 wounds left in there, it's probably worth it for me to heal this wound by playing the top card of the villain deck. And that's a pretty good flip. It's a Thor core, which I can just fight and gain for 3 fight. So that should be pretty easy to do considering I have another Hulk coming through pretty soon. And I'll be able to KO a wound for him. So my next turn, let's see what comes up. Abomination. And this is the worst possible hand right now. Just 2 fight and 4 buy. It's all the simple regular guys. That's really unfortunate. I think I'm going to buy this green Hulk. There's 3 of them, and there are some more Master Strikes in the deck, so I'm going to have a green guy at some point. Not a start that I'm super happy with. Scheme Twist. Scheme Twist number 2 doesn't really do anything, but it does require me to put one of these guys on the bottom of my deck. I'm going to go ahead and bottom this Hulk, because I already have one and there's another one there if I really want a second copy. Alright, there's Iron Man. He's finally showing up. I like that particular version. The one that draws a card, and if you played a tech hero previous to him, lets you draw another card. Drawing cards is one of my favorite things to do in just about any game, especially deck building games. So I have 2 copies of this Unstoppable Hulk. I only have 1 wound to KO. So that's a total of 6, plus 1 is 7 fight, which is great. 2 buy isn't fantastic, but I do get to kill this Destroyer, which when I fight him allows me to KO all of my shield heroes. So getting these 3 out of my deck is fantastic. And yeah, that was a great turn. Anytime I can KO any of those shield guys, I'm really happy about it. Let's see where we're going from here. Another Scheme Twist, so that's number 3. So I think I'm going to get rid of this Captain America as there's a second copy. Let's just try to see some different cards. There we go. Now at least I have 5 different cards for I think the first time so far this game. So my hand is not great. I have 3 agents, a trooper, a wound, and a sidekick. This wound isn't doing anything. I'm not sure if it's worth it for me to bin this sidekick. I think I am going to. So I'm going to return the sidekick to the stack and draw 2 cards. And alright, so I have 2, 3, 4 fight, 3 buy. So I'm going to fight this Thor core here. And this is actually going to work really well with this Captain America that cares about the number of colors I have, because Thor core is a green and a blue card together. So that also not only counts great for that effect, but also for Loki's Master Strike, as giving me another green hero to be able to reveal to avoid the wound. And then I guess I'll use my 3 buy on this Captain America to try to put some buy power together. Next turn, another Abomination. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shuffle up. You fight Abomination on the streets or the bridge. So any of these final 2 spaces, you get to rescue 3 bystanders. I'm not sure if he's going to survive that long, but I guess we'll see. Don't really have many other options as far as things I can fight. Alright, so this hand is pretty mediocre. I have 2, 3, 4, 5 buy, and I have 3 fight. So the 3 fight isn't going to help me do anything right now, as Abomination's the only thing I can fight. But I have 5 buy, which I could get this Hulk that lets me fight for 4 but gives me a wound each time. I could get this Captain America that's going to let me fight for each color I have. That actually sounds a little better because I have a lot of different colors working right now. And he's another green card, so he's going to help trigger that first Hulk that I got. Ooh. That's a really nice flip, the rare Hulk. And I do have the promo version if you're unfamiliar with that particular artwork. It's an alternate art version of the 8 cost Hulk Smash that could give you 10 fight for 1 card. It's a lot of fun. We flip their 4th Scheme Twist, so now any future Scheme Twists are going to end up giving me wounds. And I have to bottom a card here. I think I'm going to bottom this Diving Block Captain America. It costs 6 and I'm not really too interested in him right now. So let's see what my hand. I have 3 buy this turn, and I have 4 fight, and I cannot KO a wound because I don't have a wound right now. So my 4 fight doesn't do me any good. My 3 buy, I think I'm going to buy this Iron Man. It'll give me another color that I'm not sure I have yet. And if I do pick up some more technology cards, he'll let me draw 2 for the 1 card, which is a fantastic deal. Baron Zemo, Captain America's villain that I threw in there. He's could give me some extra victory points for each of your Avengers heroes. When you fight him, you get to rescue a bystander. So I could have maybe 3 or 4 bystanders when I end up fighting him, though he does cost 6. Let's see here. Alright, so I have a wound in my hand. I got some things that care about colors. Alright, so I'm going to play my 2 gray heroes first. I'm going to play... Ooh, I actually have a decision to make here. Do I want... So this is really interesting. The order of my cards that I play in this turn is going to matter quite a bit. I have 2 different Captain Americas. One that gives me buy, one that gives me fight. They both care about the number of colors I have so far. And then I have this Hulk that cares about me having played a green card prior to playing him. So if I want to maximize fight, I probably play the buy first, then this guy, and then this guy, because this won't matter. This won't look at this for the green. He's green himself. But can I do anything with 4 buy? Yeah, I think that's okay. So I'm going to play Captain America. I have green and yellow, so that'll be 4 buy, which will give me another one of this perfect teamwork Captain America. And then this is going to give me 3 fight. This is going to give me 6 fight, or 3 more for a total of 6, which is going to get me the Baron Zemo that I was just talking about. And I have 3 Avengers heroes this turn, so I get to rescue 3 bystanders, which is nice, picking up some victory points for my final score at the end of the game. I don't get to do anything with this wound just yet, but having it in my discard pile is really nice because I know I have some of those Hulks coming up that are going to get rid of it. So I did just reveal a Master Strike, and I only have yellow and gray characters in my hand, so even though I've been getting some green ones to try to hedge against that, I just got a little unlucky in the timing of when I drew that. So I have to pick up another wound. And flipping the second card after the Master Strike is a Scheme Twist, and because it's my 5th, it's going to give me another wound as well. Well, I guess I was complaining about not having wounds, and now I've got plenty, although I have both Hulks that get rid of them, which is fantastic. So I'm going to KO both of these and get 4 additional fight. So that's 4, 8, 9 fight this turn. I'm 1 short of getting Loki this turn. That's a little unfortunate, but I can at least get an Abomination out of there. Only 3 buy left. Everything fights here, and everything actually costs, like, other than this guy, everything costs 5 or 8. So I think I actually want a Maria Hill here, because I want to try to get up to the 8 eventually. The 8 cost Hulk, which is going to be really helpful in helping take down Loki a bunch of times. Hulk is just smashing all through the headquarters right now. Nobody else is showing up. So I flipped another Baron Zemo for this turn. Let's see what my 6th card is. Alright, we got some things to do. So I'm going to play Iron Man, which draws me a card. Wasn't particularly useful. 2, 4 buy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get the 5th fight because Thorcore counts as a green card. So I have 4 buy and 5 fight. 4 buy, I guess I'll buy this Growing Anger Hulk. I'll take another one just to get something else in here. That's something I can use because Thorcore does count as a blue card. 5 fight, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to get rid of the 2nd Abomination, which is nice. I'm clearing my city, though I haven't gotten close to Loki except for 1 turn when I was just 1 short. Let's see if I can get there a little closer. Scheme Twist number 6 gives me another wound. My villain deck's getting a little low. The pressure is certainly on right now. Unstoppable Hulk's going to KO the wound in my hand for 4 total fight. Play these guys. Play this guy for 4 total buy, and then this is going to count for 3 additional fight. So I'm at 7 fight this turn. I get to get rid of Baron Zemo and get another 3 bystanders, but I really got to put something together to get Loki 4 turns here. My 4 buy rather. I guess I'll buy this Iron Man, but maybe these wounds are slowing me down a little more than I would have liked. There's Thor Core. Alright, so here's another Unstoppable Hulk. I do have some wounds on my discard pile to get rid of. So I'll get rid of this Grievous wound that I don't really want to have to deal with. So that's 4 fight. 5, 6, 7, 8. Because that cares about the number of colors I have. And then I have 4 buy right now, which is not ideal. 8 fight. Nothing really to do with it other than get the 3 cost Thor Core. And 4 buy doesn't do a whole lot for me either. I can take another Unstoppable Hulk. I do have some more wounds in there, and he does help me fight. But I might have to get a little lucky to put together 10 fight in a single turn to be able to kill Loki. Because my villain deck is running a little low right now. So there's my 7th Scheme Twist. That's not really what I wanted to see. It was kind of lucky that I got the 3 wounds right after a shuffle. So I might not even see those, and it does set up my Unstoppable Hulks pretty well. But the next Scheme Twist that comes out of there, I'm just going to lose. So hopefully I can... How many cards? I have 6 cards left, and I still have to kill Loki 4 times. I do have to get a little lucky here to be able to kill Loki 4 times before that Scheme Twist kills me. So I have, oh boy, so 1, 2, Thor Core for 4, and he counts as a green and a blue, so he's going to trigger both these guys. That's not going to matter. So I actually just want to play these guys first so that I can trigger both these Thor Cores and have 8 buy. And I can finally get the 8-drop Hulk, although it might be too little too late for that because I don't know that I'm going to get through my deck in time for him to make a huge difference. And there's nothing for me to fight, so these guys weren't going to matter too much. That was not a great turn. Bystander, Loki captures a bystander. Let's see, can I get him once? 2, probably not. I have 5 fight, which doesn't do anything. I have 2 buy, which gets me a sidekick. And that was not really that great either. Scheme Twist. And that is the game. Evil has won. But that went pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and try that one again. Let's see if I can't do better on round 2. And welcome back for round 2. Round 1 was a little rough. Let's see if I can't do better on the second time around. First villain card flipped is Thor Core. And I do have a much better hand this time. Instead of the 4-2 split, I have 5 buy and 1 fight, which sets me up real nicely to get that Thor Core on the following turn. But for now, what this allows me to do is go for Endless Invention Iron Man and a sidekick together, which is a fantastic way to start. Much more happy with how this particular round is going. So that was a Scheme Twist for a second turn, which means I'm going to bottom this blue Iron Man. I'm not interested in a blue card at this moment in time. So now I have 3 fight, which means I'm going to get Thor Core. And then I have 3 buy, which is going to give me Avengers Assemble. And now I already have 4 different colors in my deck, so this should allow me to get quite a bit of buy power, hopefully, on the turn when I get to draw him. There's another Endless Invention. That's really nice. Second Scheme Twist. They're coming really fast. That is okay. I think I'm going to get rid of the 6-cost Captain America. I think I'd rather buy the 5-cost if I'm going to buy a high-cost tech guy right now. So let's see what replaces him. So that's the Captain America that cares about the number of colors you have and gives you fight for each one. So everything in the HQ fights at this moment, which is not the worst, because I did get that Captain America that that buys for each color. So this hand is kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and return the sidekick to draw 2 cards. Play out my shield guys, 2 fight and 3 buy. I'm going to play Thorkor for a total of 5 buy. And then this Captain America is going to see 4 colors and give me 4 additional buy. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buy right now. And that's only turn 3. That's really good. This is really what I wanted. So that means I'm going to be able to buy this Endless Invention, which is going to allow me to draw some more cards and have 6 left over. So now I have to decide, do I want to go heavy into this color, or do I want to keep the multicolor theme going? I think I'm going to keep the multicolor theme going, as this has already been incredibly powerful the first time I drew it. So let's go multicolor for fight. And I have 1 buy left, which isn't going to do. No, 4, 7, 3... No, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so that leaves me with 2, right? 1, 2, 3, plus 4, 7, 8, 9. So that means I get to get a sidekick as well. Awesome. This is already going much, much better than last time. The third scheme twist doesn't do anything but make me bottom a card. So I'll bottom that same blue Iron Man I bottomed, I think, for the first scheme twist. So I have 5 shield agents, and this Iron Man just tells me to draw 1, and it gives me a fight, which doesn't really help me too much. I think I'm just going to take another one of the perfect teamwork, the Captain America color fight card. I think that's where I want to be right now. Abomination enters the city for the next turn. Let's see what my hand gives me. Nothing too exciting. We have 3 agents for buy, 2 troopers, and a perfect teamwork. That's only worth 2 fight right now. So it's only 4 fight, which means I can't take Abomination out, unfortunately. The 3 buy, on the other hand, allows me to probably take this Growing Anger. The 3-cost Hulk that fights for 2 or 3 if you've already played a green guy, and I already have a bunch of those. Ultron shows up for the first time. He was hiding in the bottom of the deck last game. He costs 6, so he could be a little bit of a problem. Let's play Iron Man and draw 1. Let's play the second Iron Man and draw 2. That was a good draw. 2 fight. 3, 4. This Captain America is going to see 3 colors and give me 3 additional buy for a total of 7, which is going to let me get, I think, this Arc Reactor Iron Man and a sidekick. I think I want to be using sidekicks more than I did last game. It's going to help me get through my deck a little quicker, which is good. It kind of mitigates the fact that in some setups of this game you can't really KO your shield guys too efficiently, and this seems to be one of those setups. So the 4th scheme twist arrives. I'm going to get rid of this Crazed Rampage Hulk that gives each player a wound whenever you play it. I don't think I'm terribly interested in that right now. Last game it didn't feel too bad because I had 2 of the Hulks that let you get rid of wounds, but I haven't seen a single one of those yet, so I really want to try to avoid wounds if at all possible. Alright, let's return a sidekick to draw 2 cards. This hand is looking pretty good. So Thorkor is going to give me 2 colors and 2 buy. Shield agents are going to give me 4 more buy for a total of 6. And then I got some fight cards here. Growing Anger for 3 fight. Perfect Teamwork, which is going to see 1, 2, 3 colors. So I have 6 fight now, which allows me to get rid of Ultron, which is fantastic. It's not 10, but 6 is still not bad. 6 buy, on the other hand, is going to give me probably Perfect Teamwork and a sidekick. That seems fine. Perfect Teamwork's been pulling its weight so far. I'm not upset by picking up a couple more. And if I can grab a sidekick along with it, that seems fine. So Abomination picks up a bystander on this turn. I'm going to return a sidekick and draw 2. I'm going to play Endless Invention and draw 1. Play another Endless Invention and draw 2 more. And then I get to play Arc Reactor afterwards, which feels fantastic. So it makes each of these previous tech cards count for a fight. So that's 5 total, 6, 7 fight. Again, still not 10, but I'm doing a lot of work early on, which is really nice. So I'm going to get rid of Abomination with that 5. And then I have 4, 7 buy. I'm going to buy another Endless Invention. That card has also been pulling its weight for me so far. And I guess I'll just buy the 4th copy. And have 1 left over, so I cannot get a sidekick this time, but that is okay. Having a deck with 4 Endless Inventions seems like it's going to be pretty powerful. So I did just flip my first Master Strike, though I think I have 2 or 3 perfect teamworks in my deck. So chances are pretty good that I'm going to have a green card to be able to avoid the wound. But let's see what happens here. And I'm going to have to flip another card off the villain deck because of the advanced solo rules. So let's see. Let's see if I can get lucky. I do. I have a perfect teamwork. So I get to avoid the wound from the Master Strike. And I get my 5th Scheme Twist, which I cannot avoid the wound from. So, not an exciting hand. 3 buy. And then 4 fight, because perfect teamwork only has 2 colors. 3 buy, I think it's just going to give me a sidekick right now. I'm not super excited about any of these cards. And I think I'd rather set something up in the future. And I can't do anything with that fight, obviously, as my city is empty. Another Scheme Twist. Boy, that is another wound. Still nothing I can fight, so unless I'm hitting 10 fight, I'm really kind of wasting it, and I'm not going to get there this turn either. I'm going to play this for 4 total fight, and this is going to give me 5 buy. Ugh, that does not feel good. I think I'm going to buy another sidekick and maybe this Growing Anger. And there's the same rare that we saw last game, the 8 cost Hulk. I am seeing him a little earlier this game, so if I am able to get a hold of him, chances are high that I'm going to be able to actually take advantage of him this game. Let's return a sidekick for 2 cards. 2 Endless Inventions. That was a really nice draw. So this is going to only draw me 1. This is going to draw me 2. This is going to draw me 2 more, which is going to force me to shuffle. So these are the turns that my deck is really going to be able to take advantage of. Probably almost half the cards in the deck in one specific turn, which is really probably what I'm going to have to rely on in order to piece together 10 fight to get Loki out of there. So, second card off that. So let's see what I have here. Well, I have another one of these, so let's just draw 2 more. That makes this Arc Reactor really good, because that's going to give me 7 fight. So I am absolutely going to be able to get at least 1 Loki gone right now. So I'm going to play Thorcore. And then this Avengers Assemble is going to see 4 colors. No, I'm going to play this first. So then he's going to see 5 colors. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means I can buy this Hulk Smash, which is fantastic. So those have already been used. This is going to give me 3 additional fight. So I'm at 10. And then this is going to see 5 colors. So that's 15 fight. And I still have 4 buy after all of that. So 15 fight's going to give me a Loki and an Abomination. That feels really nice. Each other player KOs a villain from the victory pile. The advanced solo rules say that when something says each other player, I instead am required to do it. So this Abomination is gone and cannot count towards my points at the end of the game. That's not the end of the world. Because I do have this Ultron that counts 1 for each tech hero, and I have a ton of those. So that's not the worst, but still not the best. And this Abomination is going to go in there as well, so it kind of just replaced itself. All that fight is used. I have 4 buy. What do I want to do with 4 buy? I think I just want to get a sidekick, because I think I just want to play towards those kind of turns. Those turns are really, really where I want to be a lot of the time. Scheme Twist number 7. That's not great. That's 3 wounds. That's a bystander. That's in the wrong pile. Oh boy. Alright, so I have 2 sidekicks, which is going to give me 4 cards. I have 2 of them are wounds, so that didn't feel particularly good. This is actually just a skip turn, because I have 2, 4, I have 7 fight, 1 buy, and 2 wounds in my hand. So I'm just going to use the healing on this wound, and it says I can KO all the wounds, so I assume that includes the Grievous wound. So we're going to go ahead and KO those, and hope that I don't see that 8th Scheme Twist before I can piece together another really nice turn like the one I just had, although the fact that there are 3 wounds now in this deck does not make me feel really great about those chances. Alright, another Thorcore. That was a good That was a fine thing to have right there. Boy, 10 is just a really big number. Loki is a difficult boss for the solo rules here. So let's see what we can do. Not much, unfortunately. 3 buy, 4 fight. I'm gonna buy a sidekick and I'm gonna fight Thorkor because that's about all I can do. But hopefully that means my future turns are gonna be a little better. If I can get a lot of those shield agents out of the way. Yeah, this hand is no shield agent, so that feels good. I do have a green to reveal to the Master Strike to not take the wound. Same thing. Ultron, alright. Just anything but that scheme twist right now. So this is going to draw me 1. This is going to draw me 2. I'm going to play these gray cards. 1 for a fight, 1 for a buy. This is going to see 3 colors, so that's 4 total buy, and then the rest is all going to be fight. This is going to see 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. So that's 5 fight, plus 4 more is 9, 12, plus 10 is 22. So that means I get to take out Loki twice. We might actually have a shot here. Defeat a villain in the city for free. Thank you, Loki. I get to get rid of Ultron. KO up to 4 cards from your discard pile. Well, it would have been a little nicer if I had some of those wounds, but I can still KO 4 shield agents. That feels alright. So all I gotta do is kill Loki once more before that 8th scheme twist comes out of that deck and ruins my day. There's 8 cards left. Let's see. Master Strike. I have a green card. Oh boy, this hand is not that exciting. Alright, it's another Thorkor. This hand is not going to get me to where I want to be. I think I'm just going to skip the turn and get rid of both wounds. I have like 4 buy and like 4 fight, which, I mean, I could buy the Thorkor, but I'm really not that upset about it right now. I'm aiming a little bigger, and there's the scheme twist. Darn it. Would I have been able to get there? Maybe. I had a sidekick and some wounds. I was so close. 1 more Loki away. The scheme twist got me. Well, I've never been one to quit, so let's go ahead and run it back for round 3 and see if I can pull out the win here. And we're back for round 3. The Avengers have been slain by Loki twice, and let's see if they can come back for the 3rd time. My opening hand is, again, the worst one possible. 2 fight, 4 buy. Not terribly excited about that because that kind of cuts me off of sidekicks for the start of the game, and I'm not going to be able to fight anything for at least 2 more turns. That's not really ideal. I think we're going to start with this Avengers Assemble, as right now it's just always going to be better than Shield Officer for buying things. It's always going to get you at least 2 buys, and possibly later on a little more than that. So an early bystander, that's nice. It keeps the pressure off. It makes this 2-trooper not feel quite so bad. Same hand as last time. I think... So this starting board is really awkward. I have 2 cards that reward green. I have 2 cards that reward blue. And I guess Thorkor does count for both, so maybe I can... Yeah, I guess it's not the worst if I think I'm going to get the Thorkor eventually anyway to pick up. I guess either one of these is... I guess there's more green in the deck than there is blue, so Growing Anger is probably a little better than Repulsor Rays. Let's see, who's next? Abomination, my best friend. He's shown up all 3 times. Never a welcome guest. So there's that Endless Invention again. Piecing together 4 of those in Game 2 is really nice. Although that's kind of the best case scenario for that card. Although if I get something like 5 buy, putting that together with a sidekick is not bad. Let's see what comes up here. I do have 3 fight, which is going to allow me to get this Thorkor out of there. Bystander in there, Thorkor in the deck. 3 buy, I am going to get the Endless Invention. I'm just a huge fan of that card, and it gives me another color for the Avengers Assemble that's already in my deck. So this Master Strike is actually pretty well placed if I had drawn the green card that I bought, but I don't have one right now, so it is going to give me a wound, and it's going to flip a scheme twist as well, which is not the end of the world at this moment in time. 4, 6. So I have 6 buy this turn, which isn't bad. I think I'm going to get another Avengers Assemble. It seems to be a lot more fight in this pile than there is buy, so I have to take advantage of the good buy power cards when I can see them. And then I'll just pick up a sidekick to go along with it. Master Strike. Well, the green card was the bottom one of my deck, so I do have it to avoid that wound. And Baron Zemo follows him up. So that's not that bad. So I only have one wound right now. No real way to get rid of it easily. Alright, well, let's see here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, so this sidekick's going to give me 2. There's the wound, nice and early. 3 buy. 3 fight. And this is going to give me 3 additional buy. So I have another 6 buy and 3 fight. Which doesn't, 3 fight doesn't do me any good. 6 buy, on the other hand, I could go for the diving block, which would help me get rid of other wounds later on. It does fight for 4 minimum also. Or I could do something like maybe a growing anger and another sidekick. I do have a lot of green cards. There's only 1 fight difference between them. And I think the sidekick is really going to help me keep the tempo where I want it to. So let's go ahead and do that. 3 of the same Repulsor Rays Iron Man. I'm not a huge fan of him right now. It's the only blue card I really have seen is him and Thor Core. So I'm not really that interested in him. And I think I may have forgotten to bottom a hero for both Scheme Twists. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these 2 Iron Mans that were there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buy, 2 fight. 2 fight doesn't do me any good. 5 buy, I'm going to get this growing anger and a sidekick. I think that's an alright play for now. Master Strike. Let's see if I can put together a green card somewhere. I do have 2 Thor Core and 2 growing anger already in the deck, so the odds seem not bad. Let's see if I can avoid a wound here. Dropping cards on the floor. There we go. Let's see if I can find a green card. I can. Growing anger. So I avoid the wound. 3rd Scheme Twist, which is going to allow me to get rid of this other blue Iron Man card that I don't want. Endless Invention is going to draw a card. 2, 3, 4 fight. 2, and then 5 total buy. Because Avengers Assemble is going to see 3 colors. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. Yeah, yellow, black, green, and gray. So that's 6 buy. And 4 fight. 4 fight doesn't do me any good right now. 6 buy, on the other hand. I'm going to go Avengers Assemble and a sidekick. Because again, I think Avengers Assemble might be the only hero card I've seen that gives me buy. So I kind of want to take advantage of it. 4th Scheme Twist, which is going to let me bottom the Hulk that gives wounds out. I'm not too interested in that. And I have to follow the Master Strike up with a Scheme Twist. No, my bad. Scheme Twist doesn't force me to play another card. That's the Master Strike. Well, I have 6 buy and a wound. I think in this case, I'm going to buy the Hulk that lets me KO my wounds and a sidekick. So now at least I have at least one way to get rid of some wounds. There's the rare Iron Man that draws 2 and then draws 4 instead if you played another tech guy. And I have some of those floating around already. That is Scheme Twist number 5 that I just flipped, which gives me a wound and allows me to bottom probably this Arc Reactor Iron Man. I'm not terribly interested in overloading on the tech cards, although I did just flip one up that I'm interested in buying again. Return a sidekick for 2 cards, return another sidekick for 1, and then I have to shuffle in for the second draw. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get to 7 buy this turn, though that is priority number 1. I want to have that cycling through my deck for as many turns as possible. It's an extremely powerful card. So the second draw off that sidekick. So let's see what we have here. 3 agents, 2 troopers, 2 Growing Angers, only one of which will trigger, so 3, 6, I have 7 fight, which is pretty good. And this is going to see 3 colors, so that's going to give me 6 total fight, or total buy rather, which is 1 short of the Iron Man that I want, but I am going to get this diving block. I think it fights as well as any other card on the board. And then 7 fights going to let me get rid of Baron Zemo for the standard 3 bystanders that he's given me every time due to the 3 Avengers that I have. Not unhappy, but getting a 7th buy that turn would have really been nice. So I guess we're just on mono scheme twist right now. That's scheme twist number 6, which is 1 wound. Doesn't feel too great. Sidekick for 2 cards. 2 agents, 2 troopers. I have a grievous wound that makes me KO a hero that costs 1 or more to KO it. I think I am going to take advantage of that. I'm not a huge fan of all these Growing Angers in my deck, so I'm just going to get rid of that to get rid of this wound here. And then I have this to draw me a card. I have this Hulk to KO the other wound that I just got for 2 additional fights, so 2, 4, 6 fight, which lets me kill Abomination, which is nice. And this is going to see 3 colors, so I'm going to have 5 by this turn. Still short of 7. Let's grab Perfect Teamwork and fight equal to the number of colors I have. Now we have both other rares. That Captain America is going to be really nice too, because this is all Avengers setup here. So getting 3 additional fight for each other Avenger I played this turn would be really nice, although 7 just seems really far away all the time. We reveal a Frost Giant, which, unless I have a Thor core, is going to give me a wound, so I might want to wait till I get one of those to fight it. And I can't fight it this turn anyway, because I only have 2 fight. So 3, 4, 5, 6 by. Again, 1 short, and this wound is just taunting me right now. Perfect Teamwork and Sidekick it is. It's a couple times when I've been 1 short of buying these rares. That's kind of frustrating. So Ultron appears. I'm less worried about him and more worried about the fact that I have 2 scheme twists left until I die, and I haven't killed Loki once yet. It's not really where I want to be. Though I do have a good number of cards there, so unless I get unlucky like I did in last game, I should have some time. 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I have no shield cards yet right now. Sidekick and then play Shield Trooper. Oh boy, we got a lot going on here. So 5 fight, 7 fight. We're going to play Thor core. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. So that's 12 fight right now. And I have 5 colors, so that's 12 buy. 12 fight and 12 buy. What a turn. That's amazing. So we're going to go ahead and kill Loki. Each other player KOs 2 bystanders from the victory pile. Well, that means me. And 2 bystanders go away. It's not the end of the world. 12 buy means I have to decide if I want the rare Captain America or the rare Iron Man. So, I really like drawing cards. Yeah, I think drawing cards is going to give me some better value on average. So I still have 5 buy remaining. I think I'm just going to pay for a sidekick and move on. So that's a Master Strike with this new hand. I got plenty of green guys. And I did have one, so I do get to avoid the wound there. Although I have to follow it up with another card. That's a Destroyer, which could be really good if I'm able to kill him in a turn like this with a lot of shield guys. So let's dump the sidekick and see what I get. And I think this is going to be, I have 4 buy, 3 fight. I think I'm just going to skip the turn and get rid of the wound because I'm not doing anything really that I want to do right now anyway. Kind of sucks that I had to go down a sidekick to do that, but such is life sometimes. Next turn, Abomination. So this is the fullest my city has been so far in any of the games. So let's draw a card for that. Growing Anger for 2, Growing Anger for 3 more. So that's 5, 7. So this is a turn where I get to buy a sidekick with the agents, and I do have 7 fights, so I get to kill the Destroyer and get these 4 cards out of my deck. So that actually felt pretty good. And I get to shuffle the following turn, so I get to reap the rewards immediately of having a thinner, leaner deck. Yeah, getting 4 cards out of there is pretty powerful. That's a Thor core, and I'm down to 6 cards in the villain deck, 2 of which are Scheme Twists, and I killed Loki once, so I don't have a ton to go, but 3 is still a lot, so let's see what I can put together here. So, Thor core, Diving Block, so that's 3 colors already, so this is the 4th color, so that's going to count for 4 buy. So 7, that's 8 buy, so that's going to let me get the rare Captain America to go with it. I don't know if I'll survive long enough to be able to play it, but we'll see. So 1, 2, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5, 7, 8, 9. So that means I have enough to buy a sidekick as well. I do get 4, 5, 6, 7 fight, so I can clear some stuff out of the city. I am going to get rid of Frost Giant while I have a blue hero to reveal to avoid the wound, and get this other Thor core. And have an extremely efficient turn. I used every one of my buy and my fight that turn. That felt pretty good. Let's see what I can put together here. Oh, this is amazing. So sidekick for 2 cards. Play Endless Invention for 1 card. Play the rare one for 4 cards. Play a sidekick for 2 more. This is great. Let's see what I can do with it. Play out my shield guys. 4 agents, 2 troopers so far. Do I have a wound to KO in the discard pile? I do not. I may have gotten rid of all my wounds. So this Hulk is just 2 fight. So this is going to count a lot of colors. Green, yellow, gray, black. So 4, 8 additional fight. 9, 10, 11, 12, and then a Growing Anger for a total of 15. And then 9 buy. So 15 fight and 9 buy. What a turn. So let's go down to 6 buy and get that Iron Man. Let's go down to 3 buy and get the same one. That was a really lucky draw. And then we'll get another sidekick. 15 fight's going to allow me to get Loki once. Defeat a villain in the city for free. So I'll take Ultron for free, and then I'll use the other 5 to get Abomination out of there. Alright, it looks like we're finally making moves here. There's Baron Zemo. So I have 4 turns. There's still 2 Scheme Twists in there, and I'm shuffling now, so the next Scheme Twist is going to give me 3 wounds. But, I don't know. It seems like I'm going to be able to take advantage of another deck and maybe another shuffle before I get that if I'm lucky. Depends on how the cards come up here. But I only got to kill Loki twice, so it's coming down to the wire here again, but I'm not dead in the water right now. I am capable of some unbelievable turns. And now I have that rare Captain America flowing in there, along with the rare Iron Man. So the possibility for some crazy turns is there. Alright, let's see. Let's sidekick for 2. Let's Endless Invention for 1. Sidekick for 2. Alright, nothing too ridiculous. 3 agents and a trooper. And then a lot of stuff that cares about color. So I care less about buy, so let's play the buy first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buy. Yeah, no, this counts for 3, so that's 6 buy. And then there's 4 colors. So 4... Oh man, really? Am I 1 short of killing Loki this turn? I have green, yellow, gray, and black, so this is 4, 8, 9 fight, yeah. I can clear the city, and this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 buy, and then enough fight to kill both these guys and rescue 1, 2, 3, 5 bystanders. It's really frustrating that I was 1 shy, but I didn't use any of my rares, so I know my other rares are still in there, so that's pretty good. What do they say? 5, 9... Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buy. I mean, I'm definitely getting a sidekick. I'll probably just get the guy that costs 6 and fights for 4. I'm not really terribly invested in anything else out here right now. So there's a Scheme Twist. That's good for 3 wounds and an empty city right now. So let's see what I can come up with. Alright, so this is going to... I'm going to play Diving Block, and then I'm going to... Oh, actually, I have this in my hand. So I believe I get to reveal it 3 times and draw 3 cards instead of gaining these 3 wounds. That is really good. So now I'm going to play it, and then play this Iron Man for 2 cards. Play this Iron Man for 2 cards, and I think we might be doing it this turn. I think we might be winning. Play this Iron Man for 4 cards. Yeah, there's no way that I can't put together 20 fight this turn. I'm drawing so many cards. I have 3 more after this shuffle. So here's another diving block. Alright, let's play all the shield guys out. So let's see, I've only played 1 color so far. Let's play the Thor core. So that makes these growing angers count for 3 each. So 4, 8 plus 6 is 14. 16. 18. And then we'll play this guy for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10 additional buy. And then the rare Captain America, who's going to get a ton of fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So I put 11 other Avengers, so he's going to get 33 additional fight off this card alone. So that is the game. That is killing Loki twice, KOing some cards from my victory pile, and KOing a villain from my victory pile. Let's take the one with the lowest thing here. It's just a Frost Giant. The Frost Giant can get out of there. And we did it. We finally stopped Loki. All it took was having 2 rares in my deck and being 1 card away. That was the final turn I had an opportunity to do it. The next turn would have killed me with the Scheme Twist. Wow. What an exciting game. Let's count up the score here and see where my final score ends. So my victory pile here, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 18, 22, 27, 32, 37, 40, 41, 45, 46, 47, 48, and then I have to count my tech heroes, and they each give me 1 more, 49. So 54 before I start subtracting. And I get -4 for each bystander carried away from escaping villains. Nobody escaped, so that's good. 3 for each scheme twist that occurred, so that's -21, because we had 7 scheme twists this game. So, and I already lost count. This is awful, and I apologize. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 6, 7, 8, 48, 54 minus 21 is going to be 33, and -1 for each villain that escaped. So 33 points is our final tally. Hope you enjoyed the video. It took us 3 attempts, but we did finally defeat the Mastermind. 33 points was our final score. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of video. I certainly enjoyed making this. I really enjoy playing these types of games and working with these types of very flavorful setups. Maybe next time we'll be able to get a higher score, and until next time, thanks for watching.